Good evening, guys. K-Dot357 coming to you here. We're closed. In fact, we've been closed for almost an hour and a half. So I just left Domino's. If you don't want to hear any of this crap, just turn it off, whatever. But because I am going to do another video in the morning, strictly on guns and things like that. But I was just kind of thinking as I was going down the road, like I said, I'm waiting on some wings from Domino's. I love hot wings. They think I'm kind of weird because they asked me if I want blue cheese or ranch, and I don't want neither. What do you think I like to put on my hot wings? Hot wings? I like Texas Pete. That's what I do. I take them home. I douse them in Texas Pete. I love it. So anyway, it'll be about 25 minutes. It ain't going to be no 25-minute video because remember, I got to do this video. Then I got to load it to my Facebook page, which takes no time at all, but to my YouTube channel, it takes a little bit more time. So, but I tell you what, at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about two guns. I'm going to talk about more guns tomorrow. I'm so excited because we're getting closer and closer and closer to Black Friday. But, you know, Turkey Days before that, I'm super excited about that. I'm not a big guy, but I do love to eat. So I'll probably be going out to my folks for Thanksgiving. And hope you and yours have a very safe and fun and prosperous Thanksgiving. So I'm probably going to title this video maybe customer service. I just got kind of thinking about this. We've been here about 7 years, and I will tell you this, we had a really, really good day today. And we wouldn't have a really good day if it wasn't for folks like you. You have choices, and one of them is you can buy stuff online. Or you can come to a mom and pop gun store such as ours and spend your money here. And I'm telling you stuff that you already know. You're smart people. I'm 59. I'm a little old school. I don't buy much online. I buy some stuff. I like to buy books online from Amazon and things like that. But when it comes to guns and things like that, I sort of like to hold them in my hand. So I can tell you this, with the online store, if you're all about nothing but the price, then maybe you should continue to shop online. When you go in a mom and pop gun store such as ours, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I promise you we're different than most mom and pop gun stores. And I'll tell you a quick story before I get off this video here. But with us, you're gonna get service. You're gonna get service after the sale. I can't tell you how many times I probably spent 30 minutes, 45 minutes with a customer. They're getting information. When you haven't bought a gun yet, a lot of it is information. They want information. They're talking to a real person with experience with firearms, not to mention all of our other folks in here. By the way, Rex Chesum, and all our other guys are great too, but Rex has been with us since about May. Man, everybody loves him. Rex is very, 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 capital letters underlined, very, very knowledgeable about firearms. He's a particular fan of H&K and FN, maybe FN, H&K, Rex, because I think he does. He watches these videos. But he's a big fan of both of those. Of course, so am I. We're talking about super high quality firearms. But, it's getting to the point now where people come in here and ask for Rex. They ask for him. He spent time with them. So, but I love it when they come back to our store, to Carolina Firearms Training Gun Sales, and they say, hey, I'm back. I want to buy a so-and-so gun. And sometimes they volunteer it, and sometimes I ask them, well, what made you come back? They said, because you spent more time with us than anybody else did. You spent more time with us than anybody else did. There's one particular store, and I'm not going to call any names because I don't believe in bashing other stores. People can experience their own experience for themselves when it comes to customer service. But they said the reason I came back is because you guys spent the time with me. You guys spent time. You adequately answered my questions. And by the way, you aren't going to buy a gun in an online store if you don't know much about guns and say, oh, by the way, how do you break down this Glock 19? We'll show you how to do that. We'll break the gun down in front of you and show you how to properly field strip that gun so that you're able to clean it. You ain't going to get, well, you might say, well, I can go to YouTube. Yes, you can. You can go to YouTube. And I use YouTube for a lot of sources, but hey, I like it even better when somebody in person is standing there showing me this, and I'm there also to ask other questions if I'd like to ask them. And we really like that. We pride ourselves on answering questions for people. Like I say, I'm still a law enforcement firearms instructor. I'm a subgun instructor. I'm an NRA pistol instructor. And I'm not saying that to tout myself or put myself on a pedestal, but just that, first of all, the gun has to fit right in your hand, right? And that goes into instruction, that you want to make sure that gun fits well in your hand, because if it doesn't fit well in your hand, you're not going to shoot it well. But one quick story is I had a guy that, and we're talking probably 6 years ago, because like I said, I've been up about 7 years. I had a guy that came from XYZ gun store just down the road. I'm not going to say what store, but they've been in business a long time. And he came in, he said, would you sell me a gun? Of course. Well, I just left so-and-so gun store, and you ain't going to believe it. Well, of course I would believe it, but you ain't going to believe it. But I was looking around, and I'm the same kind of guy. It takes me a while to make my mind up about certain things. And of course, and I own a gun store, and one of them is guns. I was at this store, and I kept looking, and the guy finally said, well, you ain't going to buy nothing. You're just looking, aren't you? It kind of ticked him off. So he said, well, I was going to buy something, pulled the cash out, showed him I was positively going to buy something today. I just had to make my mind up about what I wanted. Like I said, I've worked with people many a times. They're just getting information. And I do. I tell them, I said, they'll be back. I said, because I know most gun stores aren't going to spend that kind of time with them. I know it. And if you're honest, if you shopped around several gun stores, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Of course, with online, I'm sorry, but you're just a number is all you are. There's no relationship. There's no relationship at all. And I know I ain't going to put the online stores out of business just from this video. I understand that. Some people, that's just the way it is. They're all about price. They don't care about anything else. They just want the best deal, period. To me, online stores have killed a part of America insofar as free enterprise, being a merchant in business, selling products, delivering, and I'm not even going to say good old-fashioned customer service, giving good customer service. You don't get customer service on an online store. The only thing you might get is some return policy if you're not happy with the product, all right? But let me give you the case in point. Had a guy years ago, 2 guys, unbelievably, on the same day that bought Glock 19s from me, which a Glock 19 is probably one of the most popular handguns in the universe, okay? And used by civilians, police, military, you name it, other countries. Well, long story short, it ended up being operator. Anyway, they called me and said, hey, something's wrong with my gun. I said, okay, what's going on? Well, every time I'm shooting it, it's jamming. Like every few rounds, I have a jam, stovepipe, what have you, in the chamber. As an instructor, my first thinking is operator error. They're not, especially with Glocks. If you loose grip or limp wrist these Glocks, and I love Glocks. They're probably some of the best guns out there for the money as far as combat guns. You're going to have occasional stovepipes and jams. Anyway, long story short, I said, I tell you what, first thing I want you to do, and I said, how long have you been shooting guns? Oh, I've been shooting guns for a long time. Listen, just because you've been shooting guns for a long time don't even mean you're doing it right. Okay, I've seen that lots of times. I said, tell you what, because I'm not going to try to, I'm not going to insult them over the phone or question this question. I said, tell you what, tighten up your grip about 15% more, and call me back and let me know what you find out. I told this to the other guy too that called. It was just kind of weird. It was 2 of the same problems or issues in the same day with the same gun. Of course, 2 different guns because they bought Glock. Both of them bought Glock 19s, which is the compact 9mm. So I told them to both tighten up on their grip. They called me back and said, man, I don't know what, but it fixed the problem. I don't have any more jams. Well, it was operator error. Okay, it wasn't the gun. Most of the time when you have jams and stovepipes, if you've got a decent quality gun, it's usually you. It's usually the operator. All right, and sometimes people are just not humble enough or have enough humility to admit it. Oh, I've been shooting guns for 30 years. Well, you could be doing for something for 30 years and doing it wrong for 30 years. Folks, I've worked with, my God, well over 20,000 people in firearms training, and many, many times, most of the times, when we got problems on the range, it's operator error. Most times it's trigger. They're jerking or slapping the trigger or this, that, and the other. But I just want to tell you that we do appreciate your business, and we know that you have choices. We're a small store. We're growing. We've been growing every year. We got a heck of a lot more inventory in here than we did on day one. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very thankful of that. And if it wasn't for customers like you, that wouldn't be the case, okay? So I just want to tell you, I appreciate it, and we will continue to give you good customer service. I promise you that. If one of my guys, and there ain't none here that would do that, and it's kind of funny too. It's kind of cool, except for Bill Harmon. He was my major at the police department, and you know, we're good friends. We're best friends, and you know, his son works here too. But aside from that, all the other people that work in my store and that have worked in my store started out as customers. Rex Chesum was a customer. He retired from Duke Energy, and he's helping us in here, and he's just been a real blessing. I'm not trying to make his head big or anything, but it's just flat out truth. I observe, I watch my guys, and I tell you what, if one of them didn't treat somebody right, I'd certainly want to know. I'd want you as a customer to let me know, to call me, to email me, or whatever, let me know. But I don't get those kind of calls, I don't get those kind of emails, because if I got to go down the road and pick up a gun, or do this, or do that, or go here, or go there, I don't worry about my store, all right? It's covered. Can you believe I'm into this for 10 minutes? I got to shut this thing off because I'm fixing to go get my hot wings. All right, so that's enough about that. But anyway, we appreciate you. We appreciate you choosing us, Carolina Firearms Training and Gun Sales Incorporated. Please feel free to share this video. I'll load it up to my Facebook page and my YouTube page. So let me at least finish up with a couple of guns, all right? I really like this gun a lot. This is the Glock 45, Model 45 chambered in 9mm. It's pretty much the same thing as a Glock 19X, which is in sort of FDE or Coyote. Of course, that gun has night sights and has extended magazines, but still, great gun. Cool thing about this gun is interesting. Has a Glock 19 slide, has a Glock 17 frame. So it will hold 17 rounds in 9mm. I love it. It's got front and rear cocking serrations. Of course, you know, it's got those old Glock sights, which I ain't crazy about. First thing I do with a Glock is put you a good quality set of night sights, Meprolites, Trujicons, Ameriglows, or what have you. All right, because most bad things happen in low light conditions. But anyway, love me some Glock 45, which is like the Glock 19X, except pretty much it's black without night sights. And then for you folks that like some of the older guns, this is a rarity. God, that's the problem about owning a gun shop, is I want to keep a lot of this stuff, you know. This is really neat. This is a Harrington and Richards. Is it Richards or Richardson? I think Harrington and Richardson, H&R is what most of them call them. A Model 999 Sportsman in 22 long rifle. It holds 9 rounds. This gun is almost in pristine condition. Really cool. It's a top break. In excellent condition. But wait. Comes with a vintage box of over 400 rounds, I guess 462 rounds of 22 long rifle, okay? As long as ammo has been kept dry, which it appears this has been, it'll work just fine. But this is a really cool vintage box. A couple of my employees said, man, I wouldn't throw that box in with the deal. I got it on Gunbroker too, but I will. So you get a nice vintage box of 22 long rifle that contains over 400 rounds of ammo and a nice Smith & Wesson holster, leather holster, nice leather holster through and through. You might be able to see these. There you go, the Smith & Wesson logo there. So we're talking about the holster, the ammo, and the gun. I got it at $449, folks. That's the deal. Do your research. Look it up on Gunbroker and see what these guns are going for. You don't see them with almost 500 rounds of ammo plus a holster. All right, so I wanted to at least finish up with those two guns, and I'm probably going to title this Good Old-Fashioned Customer Service. Once again, you like to think that when you go to a business, it's nothing old-fashioned about it. It's just good customer service, always has been and always should be good customer service, right? If you don't want to give good customer service, then don't participate in free enterprise. Don't own your own business. You know, most people that own their own business, like me, they're married to it pretty much. You know, you put lots of time, lots of blood, sweat, and tears, but I like it, so it's really not like work to me. Of course, not only am I out in the store, but I'm also teaching firearms as well out on the range. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. My wings are about ready, and this is 14 minutes. I had no idea it's going to be as long. I've probably been about a 4 or 5 minute video, okay? So if you liked it, hit the like button. More importantly, hit subscribe. And, of course, I'll load this up to my Facebook page. I'm really jonesing for those wings right now, so I'm going to load this up to my Facebook page, but the YouTube channel, and I don't know, it may have to wait till in the morning because I'm ready for the wings now. All right, 1606 Westover Drive in Sanford, NC is where we're located at, 27330. Don't forget to visit us on the web at CarolinaFirearmsTraining.com, where you can also sign up for classes. Our next concealed carry class is the 7th of December and the 21st of December. All right, so I'm out of here. See you. Have a good evening.